This is KCCP, Kansas City's only community programming television station. The following program, produced through the facilities of American Cablevision's KCCP, is the product of an independent producer and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of American Cablevision, its staff, or management.
Good evening once again. Welcome to Entertainment Spectrum. I'm Erwin K. Roberts, your host, and tonight we have a show about movies, so the real world gets an airing tonight. We've got the coming soon reel from Paramount Pictures here. Let's face it, folks, they send all kinds of stuff to movie critics, and that has a whole bunch of different shows that'll be here through the first of the year. And we've got the 20th Century Fox coming attractions. Some of them are already out, like Alien Nation. You'll see a little bit on that. And what's coming up through the end of the year. And then, from one of the summer's big hits, A Fish Called Wanda, we've got a featurette that'll show you a little bit more about making a British film than we may have seen in times past. So sit back, enjoy. Remember, they're trying to sell you tickets, but some of this is worth seeing to make a decision on whether you're going to pay good money to go see a movie. So relax with me, and I'll see you next week.
When the entertainment is paramount, the stars shine bright. Here's an advanced look at the Paramount movies coming to theaters this autumn. In October, Paramount presents Kelly McGillis and Jodie Foster in The Accused, a contemporary drama from the producers of Fatal Attraction. The Accused, directed by Jonathan Kaplan. On April 18th, 1987, Sarah Tobias stopped for a drink at a bar called The Mill.
Go for it, Nick! It's an ugly case. He was gang raped on a pinball machine.
I'm not a rape counselor, I'm a prosecutor, and I have to make a rape case.
I was here, but I didn't see what happened.
Did you have anything to drink before you went to the mill?
I don't know. I wasn't falling down drunk or anything.
Now she's fighting a system
Are you gonna examine me?
where the guilty are protected.
Her girlfriend didn't see anything, the bartender didn't see anything. I don't have a case.
The pain is forgotten.
I heard somebody screaming, and it was me.
The crime is negotiable.
So make a deal and you put them away. Assault, coercion,
Reckless endangerment. You ain't gonna defend me because I'm some low-class bimbo, right?
I didn't say that.
You haven't got more important things to do than go to trial with a sure loser?
Why'd you let him out on bail?
Looked more to me like she was begging for it.
Hey, wanna play pinball? Now, I don't know what you got for selling me out, but I hope it's worth it.
I thought you were on my side. You told me you were on my side.
For Sarah, the night lives on.
I want to prosecute the ones who made it happen. So you can make another deal?
You go try your case, because win or lose, you're through!
I get to tell my story.
They aren't the kind of guys you really want to mess with, you know what I mean?
For Catherine, the challenge begins.
You're next, huh?
Kelly McGillis,
Are you scared? Yes.
Jodie Foster,
Me too.
The Accused. In November, the rock band U2 makes its motion picture debut in a film directed by Phil Giuano. U2, Rattle and Hum, features new songs from the world's most popular concert attraction.
They're making a movie. We're playing a rock and roll concert, all right? We've been all through these United States over the last year. New York to Los Angeles, San Francisco to Arizona.
All along the Watchtower, Empresses kept the view.
Chicago to Memphis.
She's white, you know, she's like scared. Yeah. But I left her standing before love came to town.
Maybe I was wrong, maybe I let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town.
Went to see Graceland. Got to root through Elvis Presley's record collection.
No man is my enemy. My own hands imprison me. Love rescue.
1, 2, 3, I give yes. On the hills, there's a healing in a fingertips. It's burning love. It's burning deep. I have spoke with tongue of angel. I can held hand of devil. It was woman.
Paramount's fall season continues in November with a contemporary action drama starring John Lithgow and Ralph Macchio. Distant Thunder, directed by Rick Rosenthal.
It's been 16 years since Mark Lambert left Vietnam, but he never really came home.
He's been living up in the hills. He just needs some help.
What kind of help?
He needs a friend.
Now he's begun the struggle
You looking for work?
No.
to find his way back
Yeah.
to the life he left behind.
What are you doing with him?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not what you're thinking, anyway.
To the son
You were wonderful.
he's never known.
When was the last time you saw him?
I called him once.
What did you say?
I couldn't say anything. I hung up.
Have you ever thought about trying again?
John Lithgow,
He's coming.
Like, how long have you known him? Is he a good guy?
He's a good guy.
Ralph Macchio,
I want to be your father again.
I'm 18 years old. What kind of father can you be to me now?
I think he just needs a little more time.
Coming here has probably been a big mistake, but I wanted to see you so bad.
And it wasn't a mistake.
If you only knew how important you are to him.
It's so hard to explain what all of us went through.
You've never really gotten out of Vietnam, only now you're trying to drag me into it.
Your kid is probably wondering what war was like. Don't you think he has a right to know? Shut up. Come on, Looney Tunes, let's see what you got.
The sheriff's department is not going to get mixed up in some personal situation.
All right, I'll take care of myself.
one final battle is all that stands between the hero he once was and the man he still can be. Distant Thunder.
This Thanksgiving, celebrate the arrival of the holiday season with laughter. As Bill Murray
That's me!
stars in Scrooged. He first received national acclaim on Saturday Night Live. Time magazine called him a master of comic insincerity. Rolling Stone described him as a semi-lovable hipster always on the verge of sublime weirdness. Bill Murray plays Frank Cross, president of IBC Television, who plans to exploit the season for every rating point it's worth. The holidays have filled him with tender feelings.
I can't get the antlers glued onto this little guy.
Have you tried Staples?
Staples?
Oh, watch out.
Wholehearted generosity.
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
He's fired?
And goodwill to all.
It's Christmas.
I really care.
But wait till you see what's in store for him.
Bahama.
Only you'll have to wait until the holidays. When Bill Murray gets Scrooged. Starts Wednesday, November 23rd. In December, look out for Leslie Nielsen, Priscilla Presley, Ricardo Montalban, and George Kennedy in a film not yet titled because it's too funny for words. The new comedy from the Files of Police Squad was directed by David Zucker.
Paramount Pictures presents the detective movie that rips the lid off law enforcement. Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Bingo. He's a good cop who's having a bad day. His best friend
Everyone should have a friend like you.
is in a coma.
As soon as Nordberg is better, he's welcome back at Police Squad.
But I wouldn't wait until the last minute to fill out those organ donor cards.
His girlfriend asked him to look her up.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
And his city is in the hands of a master criminal with a sinister plan. How can any police story contain this much action?
Don't ever let me catch you guys in America.
This much romance?
I like cops.
All right.
Or this much baseball? Starring Leslie Nielsen, a cop's cop. Mikhail Gorbachev.
I knew it.
Queen Elizabeth, everyone's favorite queen. Priscilla Presley, a woman who really cooks.
How hot and wet do you like it?
Ricardo Montalban.
Drebin. You're both right.
George Kennedy, the partner with an appetite for danger. O.J. Simpson. And Reggie Jackson in his first dramatic role. In a movie so big, it had to be filmed in color.
Whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat.
In 1988, the stars keep on shining when the entertainment is paramount. And you'll be seeing more stars next year. Ted Danson, Isabella Rossellini, Sean Young, and William Peterson star in Cousins, a new comedy directed by Joel Schumacher. Vancouver, British Columbia is the setting for the joyful comedy Cousins, inspired by the critically acclaimed 1975 French film Cousin Cousine. The production features a talented ensemble cast brought together by director Joel Schumacher, whose credits include St. Elmo's Fire and The Lost Boys. Ted Danson, Isabella Rossellini, Sean Young, and William Peterson co-star in the story of two families who become inextricably, humorously, embarrassingly, and sometimes painfully intertwined, all as the result of a single infidelity. Cousins is tentatively scheduled for release in March of '89. Look for our next Coming Soon reel in December.
This fall, 20th Century Fox has just the ticket to 3 very special movies. The
ticket to chilling drama with David Cronenberg's Dead Ringers.
Patients are getting strange. Something radical is definitely required.
A ticket to electrifying action with Alien Nation.
Beyond their darkest fears.
He's dead. No, he's not.
Lies an evil beyond imagination.
A ticket to high-flying intrigue with Gleaming the Cube.
Look, no one knows anything except a kid on a skateboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Beverly Mantle.
From the critically acclaimed director of The Fly, master of suspense David Cronenberg,
Action!
brings his latest portrait of the bizarre to the screen in Dead Ringers.
I'm always interested in characters who are so obsessive and so inventive that it pushes them slightly to the outer fringes of society.
You haven't had any experience until I've had it too.
Dead Ringers is a chilling psychological thriller starring Jeremy Irons. Lauded for The French Lieutenant's Woman and Brideshead Revisited, Irons plays a dual role as twin doctors who share everything.
People are fascinated by two people who look the same, and so you grow up as someone who has fascinated other people.
Even though from the outside they might seem to be very well acclimatized to society, inside is this germ of something that's growing, a crystal, that ultimately is going to twist things around. And when one of them does in fact get involved with the character played by Geneviève Bujold, you know it's going to be a disaster.
Babe, you've got to try the movie star. She's unbelievable.
They are mistaken for each other. I mean, they both make love to the same woman without her knowing that they're two different men.
You mean to say there's two of them? They're twins, dear.
A huge part of the film has to do with the relationships between men and women and the particular strange approach to that subject matter that the twins take.
Doctor, I think there's something wrong with you.
Radical technology was required.
Even in a scene that is very horrific in my films, there's always an inventiveness, I hope. It's not something that my audience would ever see in any other film. It's inventive and suggestive and metaphorical, and I don't think that's different in this film. This is quite a roller coaster ride.
Separation can be a terrifying thing.
This is not a hoax.
The newcomers have arrived. They have their own customs, their own language, their own community. But in the new detective thriller Alien Nation, it's the newcomers' secret that propels the action. Gail Ann Hurd, who produced the box office hits Terminator and Aliens, is working in familiar territory, but she finds these aliens are not that different from other immigrants.
They're the newest boat people. Instead of a boat from El Salvador or from Vietnam, they got off a spaceship.
Sykes, here's your new partner.
My true name is Stangya Sorensa. Well, Gesundheit.
Under the direction of Graham Baker, James Caan is Sergeant Sykes, a rebellious detective who's paired with a newcomer partner, played by Mandy Patinkin.
There's 3 deaths that are all sort of very similar. They're more like executions, you know. But they're staged to look like hold-ups, and that's when it becomes bigger.
What is it?
A sweet indulgence from our past, resurrected for our future.
It's about working together in order to right a wrong and stop evil from winning.
Whatever's going on, you're going to tell me, and you're going to tell me right now.
Your people do not know about this part of our past, and they mustn't know.
Mandy's character, George, will go to great lengths both to save his partner and also to save his race.
No more doctor! Yeah!
We have incredible action, chases, and suspense, and nothing is quite what it seems.
We must learn to embrace the things we fear.
Soaring adventure sets the stage for a very contemporary action thriller called Gleaming the Cube. The location is trendy Orange County, California, and its exotic Vietnamese community, and the cast is headed by Christian Slater and Stephen Bauer.
Action, Christian.
The filmmakers include director Graham Clifford and producing partners Lawrence Turman and David Foster, who brought films like Short Circuit and Running Scared to the screen.
I always like coming-of-age stories, and this is the most unusual one. Mystery, murder, revenge, thriller. And it also takes place in part in the Vietnamese community. It seemed a good yarn, a good story, a good character.
You're still mad because they adopted me, huh?
Come on, man. Look, it's been 11 years, all right?
Christian Slater of The Name of the Rose and Tucker plays a young man whose life changes when he takes on the search for his brother's killer.
It's made to look as though he's committed suicide, and I know better. I know that he wouldn't do this to himself. So I go out and try and figure out what happened.
It was a suicide. Folks,
They killed my brother.
you're not listening to me.
No, you're the one who's not listening. They killed my brother.
Stephen Bauer of Scarface and Thief of Hearts co-stars as a skeptical detective working on the case.
Now I want you out of here right now. Got it? Go!
I started out as this punky guy, and then in order to have people take me seriously, I have to change my image a bit. And then I start getting information from people and stuff.
If the Colonel doesn't mind, there's a million questions I'd really like to ask him.
Questions?
I think it would help me understand what happened to my brother.
It is a murder mystery, really. You know, it's about one brother who defends the honor of his dead brother. It's pretty exciting.
Coming this fall from 20th Century Fox.
Tell my wife if I never see her again, she's a very rich woman.
What kind of film would find humor in someone being dangled by his feet out a fifth-story window?
Here we go. It's just another hanging upside down out of a fifth-floor window shop, basically.
Well, a film like A Fish Called
Wanda.
I'm really, really sorry.
It's the kind of film that could only spring from the comic genius of John Cleese.
And I deeply regret any distress that my comments may have caused you or your family.
This has got the kind of rawness about it that I like in comedy. I think people being unpleasant to each other is astoundingly funny.
Cleese first gained fame as a member of the Monty Python comedy group, but he's since become something of a Renaissance man on both sides of the Atlantic. He wrote and starred in TV's Fawlty Towers, directed 2 feature films, wrote a best-selling book, starred in such American hits as Silverado, and last year won an Emmy for a guest role on Cheers.
Well, I'm not sure anything will feel particularly natural in that position, so I think you can have your choice.
In A Fish Called Wanda, Cleese wears 3 hats. He not only stars in the movie, he also wrote and executive produced it.
Whatever you do, there's always going to be a fair number of people who don't like it. And trying to please everyone is hopeless. Therefore, I do things that make me laugh.
This is Otto. He doesn't like the English.
Pompous, stuck-up, English, twerp.
This is Archie.
Will you leave immediately, please?
He doesn't like Otto.
Put him up. Put the other one up.
This is Ken. He doesn't like Otto either.
Can't kill you.
Ken loves Wanda.
Hello, Wanda.
The fish. Otto and Archie both love Wanda, the thief. Wanda and Otto were part of the perfect crime.
I love robbing the English. So polite.
Till everything went wrong.
George moved the loot? Disappointed!
Now Otto will do anything
Down the hatch.
to find the loot.
Where are the diamonds?
But Wanda may beat Otto to the punch. Teaming up Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Kline was Cleese's inspiration. He and Oscar-winning director Charles Crichton had been shaping the story for years. And when Cleese began writing the script, he was already thinking of his stars.
The casting of Jamie and Kevin has been in my mind for at least 2 years. I just had this feeling these people have got something that I want to have a part of, share a part of, that I want to, take and use.
I've learned a lot from him, just because you can't help it when you're around him.
I told him about a week ago, I said, you host a movie. He's sort of really hosting the movie. It's like a party that he's thrown, where he's just sort of taking care of everybody and making sure everybody's happy.
Where have they gone?
A Fish Called Wanda reunites Cleese with former Python pal Michael Palin, who plays the chronic stutterer, Ken.
Do you know where they've gone? No hurry.
After years of working together in the most innovative comedy group of our time, they know how to keep each other loose on the set.
Michael basically. Michael likes the way we work. There's a sort of camaraderie that recalls the old days of Python.
Absolutely.
John has has worked very hard to make this work. It follows through a lot of his philosophy, which is that if you get the right people and if you spend enough time on it and you do it with enough care, something can be pleasant.
Ken is the most off-center and hapless character in the film. He's an animal rights activist who, while trying to murder a witness, inadvertently takes out her 3 dogs instead.